The winter carp fishing campaign on Foxes Lake is now entering its final stage. Over the last few sessions, Foxes Lake has produced 23 carp in total, including 2 different £30 mirror carp, backed up by lots of carp over £20. But there's still one carp on the hit list, the big common at over £31. With only this session left before the campaign ends, the goal is simple: keep doing the things that have been working, stay confident, and see if the odds finally swing in my favour. Whether the big common slips up or not, it's this session that determines how the winter carp campaign ends. Hi, my name's Lee, and welcome to the channel. Right then, my hair's wet, so that can only mean one thing. Yeah, it's raining. Just about got everything set up. The rods have now been out for about 45 to 50 minutes. They're all fishing on some spots which I've had caught from before. I will show you those in a minute. First thing I want to say is 10 episodes of the winter carp campaign. I never thought that it would go so well neither. Plenty of action in each episode. I hope that it's kept you entertained. If you've watched every one of those episodes, man, you deserve a thumbs up, because that is some hardcore viewing. I also want to say 10 episodes is a lot of filming. I probably could have condensed this down into one winter wireside masterclass video, but then you wouldn't have had anything watched through the winter. Just one video, would that have been enough? You'd have probably been bored out your mind if you don't go out fishing. But spring is on its way, and I'm sure a lot of you will be back out on the bank again very soon. So I'm just going to sit back now. I've got the rods out. Let me show you where they are. Okay, so the left rod is at 9 wraps on a soft silty spot, the middle rod is at 11 wraps on a slightly harder gravel spot, and the right hand side rod is at 17.5 wraps towards the far margin, fishing in the soft silt. And as you've probably guessed by now, I'm using solid PVA bags on all 3 rods, filled with the DNA crayfish mini mix pallets, a 10mm PB pop-up on a size 4 hook. Been about an hour and a half, and what have I learned in the time that I've been sitting here looking at the lake? Well, the ducks are diving in front of the overflow pipe by peg 7 on that far bank, and I've also seen them diving just to the left of my swim on the far bank, so that indicates that there's quite a bit of bait out there if the ducks are diving down still. Question is, are the carp in front of my swim at the moment, and can I get a bite? Over the next few hours, I have gone through the morning and the afternoon bite times, so let's see if going into this evening I can get a carp on the bank. Massive shout out to all of the people that have watched, liked, commented, shared and subscribed to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Without you, there just wouldn't be a Committed to Carp. It's been an extremely quiet day today, folks. I'd have to say I was expecting a bite, but we've completely missed all of the daytime opportunities now, and it's pitch black dark out there. So about half an hour ago, I recast all 3 rods, and fresh solid PVA bags gone out. Bite times can be a bit random through the night. Usually just after dark is a good time, then between 12 and 2 a.m, and then before first light and just after first light. So let's see if I can get a bite. Hi there, just gone 9:45 and I've had the first run on the middle rod. I've got the carp resting up in the landing net. I'm going to get everything else set up, the tripod, the waist sling, the unhooking mat, get this carp out, and let's take a look at the first carp of episode 10. How about that then? Not bad for first carp of the session. Happy days. Always nice to get off to a Good start. There we go. £18.4 of Get In My Net. Lovely scale pattern down it. Lovely linear scale pattern, in fact. It is cold tonight, despite the fact that it doesn't look that cold. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the other side. As I said, first bite of the session, a nighttime bite. Got all 3 rods out again now. Let's see if I can get another bite. As this is the last session of the winter carp campaign, going to be putting a lot of effort into tonight. Let's see if I can get another bite or 2. Keep working the spots. And after I've done the video, this is where the carp care kit comes out. I've sprayed a little bit around its mouth where the hook hold was, and I always rest the carp up at least 4 to 5 minutes before I let them go. This helps them recover, but as you can see, this carp's still a little bit disorientated. It's not quite sure what's going on. There you go, off he goes. It's now 10 to 2, and I'm standing outside because I've just heard the same carp wash twice over on the right hand side of the far margin. I just can't quite work out how far from that far margin. It sounded sort of mid-water to 2/3, so just standing out now to see if it'll do it again. But yeah, give it another hour and then I'm going to get her in the sleeping bag, get some Zeds. It is getting late. Morning. I did stay up till about 3:30 last night, and I saw several carp showing, but they seem to be more towards peg 7. I was going to get up early at about 5 o'clock and get on my toes, but I slightly overslept, and now there's somebody in peg 7. So maybe I've missed a trick there by putting too much effort in last night and oversleeping this morning. It seems that majority of the carp are in the warmer sun across on peg 7. So it is a different day today than yesterday. I think I might put a zig out on the left hand side rod. With it being warmer, I'm thinking the carp are in the upper layers today, and early this morning at about 8 o'clock I did see a couple of carp show just before the gravel bar in front of peg 5. Now as you can see, there's nobody fishing in peg 5, so maybe that's where I'll put that zig rod out. Now before I tie up the zig, I've tied up 2 fresh solid PVA bags for the middle and the right rod. I've recast the middle rod, which I'm leaving at 11 wraps because that's the carp that did me the bite. That rod is in line with the tree in the centre of the screen now, and the right hand side rod I'm also leaving at 17 wraps on the far margin. The zig is definitely going out in the open water because I've literally just seen another carp stick its head out. I'm going to use the adjustable zig rig kit, and then that way I've only got to tie up 1 zig hook link at 3 foot long, and then if I feel like I'm not getting any bites at 3 foot, I can move it up to 4 or 5 foot just by peeling some line off the reel, and that saves a lot of messing about. This is my little zig kit that I keep with me at all times. You never know when you might want to put one out. Got me line, zig float, an adjustable one. Have I got any choddy hooks though? I don't think I have. Not barbed or barbless, sorry, not micro barbed or barbed. Wide gape. I don't think I have. No. I haven't got any choddy hooks, which is normally the hook I would use for a zig, so we'll just have to use the wide gape in a size 8 micro barbed. That'll do. What colour shall I put on? I think I'll go with either a yellow zig liner with a yellow piece of foam, or I will put one of these little bad boys on, because that's what I've been catching on, and I think that's probably the better option. So let's try a pop-up first. I can always swap over onto a zig liner if I feel like the pop-up isn't working well. That's the adjustable zig tied up, ready to go. Now, one of the main reasons people don't use zigs a lot in their carp fishing, carp angling, is because they worry about it tangling up. But here's a little tip involving PVA tape that stops it from tangling every time. So my top tip: wrap a little bit of the PVA tape around the zig float, pop the hook in the back of the PVA tape, and then when I cast it out, I know for sure every time that this zig rig is fishing. If the line is twisted, just turn the anti-tangle sleeve till it opens out like this. That's the zig out on the left hand side rod, and fishing at 3 foot just in front of the gravel bar. So let's see if I can get a bite off a zig. Strayed away from the usual tactics of solid PVA bags, which have been doing the bites all through the winter, but as you can see, it is getting awfully close to the start of spring now, right at the end of the winter campaign. Spring is literally around the corner, so putting a zig out might get me a bite. I'm pretty sure the carp are going to be closer to the surface today than they've been all through the previous campaign. Let's see what happens. Just having a spot of late breakfast, whip myself up a ham and cheese toastie, and while I've been cooking a said ham and cheese toastie, I have seen another couple of carp show in front of peg 7. So I would have to say I think I've made what is the biggest mistake of the winter campaign so far: oversleeping this morning and not moving around into peg 7. Oh dear, you can't always get it right though, can you? I'm so confused, I don't know what to do now. Do you remember I said I think the biggest mistake I've made out of this entire winter carp campaign so far was not moving into peg 7? Well, the guy that was in peg 7 has for some reason moved up the other end of the lake on this side of the bank, so I don't know what to do. Dead confused. Do I move? Do I stay? My gut feeling is telling me I should move. I think what I'll do is give it half an hour, see if I get any bites in this swim here. If I don't, I'm definitely on my toes. Wow. Talking about moving there. No! Oh, it's done me. I don't believe it, it's done me! Oh, I just don't believe that run on the zig, and it's done me. It must have just ran over a bit of snaggy part of the bar or something. I don't know what's gone on, and yeah, it's cut me off. Ah, and I was just saying, should I move? Ah, God. Super frustrating now, because now I'm totally saying, do I stay, do I go? Carp fishing. It's confusing business at times. Okay, so that's everything almost packed up. Everything out of the bivvy anyway, at least. But I have a bigger problem. Whilst I was packing everything away, I had a run on the right hand side rod. And now there's a carp in the net. So much for packing up and moving. I don't know what to do. Oh, what do I do? Do I put everything back in the bivvy, recast the rods? Or do I continue to pack everything away and move around into peg 7? Ah, it's so confusing. Anyway, let's get this carp weighed up and on with the video. And it's this carp weighing in at £13 bang on that's got me head in such a mess, and I can't decide what I want to do. I don't know. Anyway, third run of the session, second carp of the session. So them statistics that we talked about in the last episode are staying true to form. Anyway, let's get this one back, and I'm going to make a serious decision what to do next. Lovely little £13 carp though, got me in such a mess. Just under half of the tackle loaded into the car, and down here, as you can see, the middle rod is missing because I had another run. But look at the state of everything. I'm literally halfway through packing everything up, and yeah, I had another run. But there is absolutely nothing in the net because I lost it to a hook pull, and I'm not really happy now. I'm going through an emotional curve. I do suffer with them psychomotor agitations, as I keep talking about, that ADHD thing, and this is driving me mad now. So I think what I'll do is I'll get them rods back out in peg 6, get everything back in the bivvy, and I will put a little bit more bait out now because I think the carp are waking up. But man, this is definitely an experience for episode 10. Right then, I've made a serious decision. I'm staying put in peg 6. I've had 4 runs already and landed 2 carp. Just because I've seen half a dozen carp showing at front peg 7 doesn't mean I should be upping off over there and casting out on top of them. That'll probably spook them over anyway, and they'll end up back in front of peg 6. In front of me is a patrol route, and the carp do patrol up and down there for sure. So it's only a matter of time before they move out of peg 7 as the night gets a bit cooler, coming through that patrol route and come across my little baited traps. So I'm definitely going to stay put in peg 6. I did lose 2 carp though, so did I lose the big common? You never know. Time will tell if this is a mistake, and it'll be in the morning when I find out. Okay, so it's gone dark, so that means it's update time. Tonight's update is very simple. I just want to say a massive thank you to the Wireside team. Everybody I have met on this complex has been fantastic. You've made me feel very welcome, to be honest with you. Every time I've seen Sally, when she's been out walking the dogs, I've stopped here that long, one session a week since December. she's out walking the dogs and she's shouting, "Here's Uncle Lee." So yeah, Sally has made me feel really welcome, along with the rest of the staff here at Wyreside. So this is a special shout out to you. Thank you very much for your hospitality. I will be back through the spring, the summer, the autumn, and you'll definitely be seeing me next winter. Hi there, and good morning from Peg 6. Now, did I make a mistake not moving over into Peg 7 last night? Well, it turns out I made the right move by staying in Peg 6. Let's take a look at what happened just after tea time. I said the Carp use that as a patrol route, and yes, one in the way sling. Job's a good one. How about that for a Carp? Dark on top, orange and red tail. Weighs 17 pound 8, by the way. I was just blown away with how nice he looks. So that just goes to show getting to know a lake can pay off. Not jumping across to Peg 7 just because I've seen showing Carp. I do know that that is a definite patrol path. Definitely patrolling along that route, more so at night than I think in the day. Real result though, 5 bites, 3 Carp landed. You're not going to believe it, but that Carp is still in a sling, and spin you round, left rod's just gone off. Would you believe it? Anyway, happy days. Funny how bites just come along like that, innit? I wonder if it's going to be the first 20 of the session. You're going to have to think, so when you've been hanging on like this for this long. Oh, you know the battle is brewing. Like Jaws, going down again, going down again. And here, and here, and get in my net. Now then, with that one safely in the landing net, let's let that one go, because I didn't get a chance before the left rod went off. 17 pound 8, off you go. Let's see how big the one in the landing net is. This one's a bit of an angry one at 23 pound 4 of get in my net. It's funny how the sessions can turn out in your favour. It is. Put your fin down. There you go. Angry Carp. That's run number 6, Carp number 4. No rods in the water though, so better get them out. Bite times are passing. Bleeding from the mouth a little bit on that hook hold as well, so we'll get that treated. And then just before 11 o'clock, another run, another Carp. And this one, just over 12 pound. And the action didn't stop there though. I did have another run. It's about 20 past 3 this morning, but valuable lesson here for me and anybody watching. Change your hoops after every couple of Carp. because I lost that one to another hook hold. So that's actually 8 runs I had last night and landed 5 carp in total. Cannot complain at that at all. That now takes the Wireside winter carp campaign to a total of 28 carp and 2 30s, named 30s out the 18. Cannot complain at how the winter session has gone. Way better than I ever expected, to be honest. There's one thing I do want to say though. I've dedicated this winter carp campaign to Truffle. She's been missed more than I can put into words, and it's because of Truffle I decided to fish on Fox's Lake, and it's been a blast. It may be the end of winter, but spring is just around the corner, and rest assured I'm definitely going to be getting the rods back out real soon. So thanks for watching. Committed to carp, bedtime stories, my Wireside winter carp campaign. And even though I didn't catch the big common at over £31, she's still out there.